So the purpose of this video is a culmination of all the different things that the previous videos shown how a teacher can utilize Khan Academy to enhance their classroom and supplement their own instruction. The purpose of this video is to show how after giving assignments and having students practice those assignments in Khan Academy, how a teacher can then monitor student progress. So here we are at the teacher's dashboard. Here's our Algebra 1 class. So if we first start at student progress, we can click on this one. So as we can see at the top, the percent of the mission completed. Since this is a small sample size in a demo class, we have 6 students who are less than 10% of the way. But as the school year progresses, you can see how this kind of gives you a snapshot of how far the class is in terms of their progress in the Algebra 1 mission, which is aligned to the Common Core. These reports can also be downloaded and bookmarked. So since we're in student progress here, we can focus on one student. We want to show the all-time progress. So if we take a look at how Ashley's doing, we can click on her name. So we have the different things that she could use practice for, and we see that she hasn't quite mastered any skills yet. So what you could do from here is make a recommendation. So if we take a look at some of the things she's practiced, and she's only done a couple questions here. So let's see here. Let's have her practice one-step addition, subtraction equations. So if we go from here, make a recommendation, all the skills will pop up, and you can type in one step. Addition, subtraction equations there. Okay, and then this will send, you can actually send a due date as well. So if you'd like her to do it, like please by tomorrow, recommend to your student. On her end, she'll get that recommendation. All right, so now if we focus on another student. All right, so if we look at Bob's, we see that he has mastered 4 skills. He's in level 2, and so on and so forth. We see the different things he's leveled. So you can see that he's shown mastery in square roots of perfect squares, which is a foundation to algebra. We can also see that evaluating expressions in one variable is something he's mastered as far in one step, and one-step multiplication and division. So then we start seeing that, all right, well, we still see that he needs practice with 2-step equations. So again, just like before, you can go and make a recommendation. You also see the past recommendations. You can see the goal was to make 5 in a row, and you can tell by the number of questions they attempted how many times they needed to attempt it to make that goal. So you can see that at first the one-step addition problems could have gave some trouble, but you see the one-step addition subtraction equations with whole numbers got right away. You can see the videos they watched, badges. So it could be a great motivator as far as making those badges visible to other students, making maybe a tangible one based off the ones they received online. All right, this graph shows their activity, so you can see how much minutes they're spending doing energy videos, energy points, which is overall everything. This also breaks down their skill minutes, so that's them actually completing problems, or if they're just watching videos. So it kind of breaks down to see if they actually are doing work, or are they just putting a video on and letting it sit. And then if we check out the focus, circle graph kind of breaks down how much time they're spending on each thing. So we can see that he is spending most of the time on the 2-step equations, word problems, which we noticed in the beginning that he also needs more practice with. So you might be able to make a judgment saying that he might have some trouble with that based off what you saw from his progress as far as how much time he spent on it. And as you highlight each one, you can see 12 out of 17 here with two-step equations, 5 out of 6 with polynomials. All right. So let's say if you want to take a look at the class as a whole, you can go to skill progress. So if you want to use this as a formative assessment, whether you count it as an actual grade or just for you, so if you're on the algebra unit, and since all these skills are associated with like the first beginning introduction to algebra, whether it's evaluating expressions and then one step or two-step equations are under linear equations, you can see how the class overall is progressing through the unit. So if you click on each skill, it will pop up how many students need practice with this skill, what students have practiced it, which ones have mastered. And again, since this is a small sample size, so it kind of gives you a snapshot of what it looks like, but when you use this with a full class and over time, it gives you definitely a lot more. The grid view also offers a quick snapshot of how many students progress through the grade level curriculum and through this mission. So as you can see, Bob has shown a lot of activity on here while the ones are blank. The skills are on the top are ones that were present in the entire class, whether or not all the students practice them. As long as one student practiced them, the skill will pop up. Activity, this is a great way to track if you want to turn it into a classroom competition or something that you use within your classroom. There is a video in one section of this website that shows how a teacher does use this as a motivator, but also this will show the whole class how many students or how much time the students are putting into this. Notice at the top it shows during normal school hours and outside of school hours. So if you do assign this as a homework assignment, the darker bar will show which times they did it. As you can see here, it breaks down by the minutes, total time, as well as what skills they practice, as well as the videos, and it gives the exact dates. So that kind of wraps up as far as how a teacher can utilize Khan Academy to supplement their own instruction. Khan Academy offers different ways of showing how the students are progressing. At the end of the day, it's the way how the teacher wants to use it to help supplement their own instruction.